What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the ITP Paladin. So since my video yesterday, you're probably now noticing the mess behind me. Don't worry about that. I'm in the midst of going through like 1,000,000 miles an hour just to do a bunch of things. I'm going to get that cleaned up, and this is going to be a twofer video. Number one, I'm updating my aim guide, adding an additional video to the aim settings since Overwatch decided to add some stuff, and they also corrected some things yesterday, I noticed, but I wasn't aware that there was an update. So they added some additional settings and changed up just like one or two things per like every other hero. So there's no point for me doing an entire thing, and on top of that I was rambling on, so I'm about 25% of the way through, and the rest of the 75% is just making the last portion of the video and all that. It's an additional, so it's not meant to be a replacement. I'm not redoing the entire hour. I'm not meaning to make it an additional hour. It's just going to be going over whatever the settings do. So it complements my previous video, but you still go to the original video for all those settings. And I hope this will be a big help now that I'm kind of excited to come back into Overwatch for once in my life. Hey you. Oh, what's going on? She gave me the remote. She wants me to change her show. I'll do that in a minute, baby. Hey, go finish watching your thing. Okay, so I'm going to give her her game while we're waiting on this one. There you go. All right, now that we got that too, that's part number two, is that they released a patch, which actually had to do with some of the settings. I don't want her in my video. I'm going to be right here to block her out. I don't want her in my video. But for anybody who cares, there's a K-pop group that came up with a limited time event. They have new skins for Diva, Kiriko, Tracer, Brigitte, and Sombra. If anyone's interested in this event, go ahead and play it, but otherwise it's not for me, so I don't really care. And I don't want to cover a patch the entire time about stuff that I don't care about, but here's some general updates and everything that had transpired, and a couple of hero balance updates that I didn't go over yet. So general updates and for endorsements. So they changed something up here. Let me put that to the side. I just want to make sure that this is recording properly. So endorsement. Okay. So endorsement level decay has been reworked to be more forgiving in certain circumstances, and it decays slightly whenever you finish a match, but that decay is now reduced by the percentage of players who could not have endorsed you. That's actually a good quality of life change. If none of the players in the match could endorse you, your endorsement level would not decay. And the following reasons, they mention that if it's a friend or they have endorsed you within 24 hours, decay no longer occurs when the server shuts down. That's good. Those are actually some pretty good quality of life changes, and will help keep your endorsement levels up if that's something you care about. Challenges added legendary, mythic, and ultimate player title challenges for each hero's progression challenges. That's cool. Progression. Victory pose now shows your progression level instead of hero level. The hero you end the match on isn't necessarily representative as you as a player. The challenge is now intended to better show off your overall progression. I like it. I'm playing a lot of like mixed heroes when I'm in my matches now, so I sometimes swap. I was wondering how that worked. Social features. Default option for match chat is now set to off, previously set to on, for new players, and this can be changed in social options. I'm definitely going to have a look at that and turn it on. Hey, what's up? If you can't play the game, baby, why are you on it? I'm just setting it so that she can do whatever she wants. The default option for team voice chat is now set to on, previously set to auto join for new players. And it can be changed, and current text or voice chat settings for existing players are not changed. All right. Effective communication through the ping system while reducing the chance of encountering disruptive chat in game. I'm going to put this out there. If I'm going to start getting back into this game, I'm going to start being a little bit more vocal in my videos. Dude, stop being so easily offended. This is a literal, real-world public match. For the love of God, you're going to run into those people that are going to be disruptive, or they're going to be toxic, or they're going to be whatever description you want to call it, under the sun. Just mute the individual and leave your team chat on, because not everybody's toxic, but for the people that are, you can individually mute them. Just do that and don't close off all communication. That is literally how you lose matches. That's your PSA for the day. Alright, hero updates for tanks. So it looks like it's just Diva, Doomfist, and Winston. Let's see what the changes are. I haven't been paying attention. So, developer comments, they added projectile speed to... I'm just going to read the updates first. Fusion cannons, movement speed penalty reduced from 40 to 30%, and micro missiles projectile speed increased to 50 from 40. So, projectile speed to micro missiles help improve their consistency at medium range, while the decreased movement speed penalty of fusion cannons enable her to stick closer to mobile targets, making her more of a threat when diving into the enemy team. Quite frankly, she's always been a threat. I don't know why people are thinking that she needed that boost. She wasn't bad, but I kind of get it. You need to help her out when she's out of mech. Doomfist. Rocket Punch, minimum wall stun duration decreased by 0.1 seconds, and maximum duration decreased by 0.15 seconds. This change will give the stun player more opportunities to react to Doomfist following a wall stun. If they survive, I can't tell you how many times I'm facing off against a Doomfist player, and when they maximum kill me off, I can't react. On top of that, it's kind of weird. The slide on my character just pushes me into a wall. Like, I just keep going and going and going and going. Oh, you hit a wall. Surprise. I'm just complaining for no good reason. Winston, Tesla cannon, secondary fire range increased to 40 meters. Increasing the range for ultimate fire will give Winston some more flexibility in positioning while dealing with damage from range. Dealing damage from range. Isn't that the range of Widowmaker now? 40 meters? They basically just made him a pseudo Widowmaker without a scope. I could be wrong. I'm not even going to touch... I'm not going to put in personal opinions based off anything current, so go ahead and troll me in the comments section. I could take it. Bastion, configuration assault, cooldown increased from 10 to 12 seconds, and weapon spread increased by 10%. Okay, I see what they did there. Okay, I can see that. McCree, magnetic grenade cooldown increased to 2 seconds. Micro buffing and micro nerfing is always fun. For May, with some of the recent changes, May is now slightly overperforming. I didn't notice any change compared to what... never mind. Endothermic blaster slow effect decreased from 40 to 30%. Her improved primary fire damage output is good for her role, so rather than adjust that further, we're instead targeting the most commonly frustrating crowd control aspect of its slowing effect. Just put back the regular crowd control stuff. I don't know what people were complaining about. She was easy enough to counter if you didn't play dumb. You could literally take her out with a number of heroes, and you're just ruining your game more by trying to... Widowmaker change. That ought to be interesting. So for Sombra's rework, they increased her ultimate cost by 10%. They just decreased it again. So I guess that the changes, meant that she was okay. Symmetra reduced her base health reduced from... shield health, from 125 to 100, making a total of 200. With Symmetra recently gaining more lethality for her long-range secondary fire, she's no longer as reliant on playing at close range, so reverting her total health back to 200. That's fine. Oh, okay. Widow's Kiss, her unscoped shots reach a maximum spread increased from 3 to 7. That's good. So it gives her more options. Infrared sight cost reduced by 10%. Recon visors taking a long time to charge on average relative to other ultimate abilities. So we're reducing the cost. Widowmaker's also at a severe disadvantage against Sombra with a recent rework, and these changes will add more counterplay. Just revert her shit, bro. It ain't that hard. I don't know why you had to nerf her to the ground. I don't know what people were honestly complaining about. Okay, for supports. Anna, cooldown increased for Biotic Grenade by 2 seconds. Baptiste, Immortality Field, the health was decreased by 25 points, and cooldown increased to 25 seconds. They don't know what to do with this ability. It's kind of bugging me. Alari. So I don't know much about anything that they've done with her recently, so I probably have to go catch up on that before I do anything on giving an opinion, but solar rifle primary projectile size reduced to half the amount, 0.1 to 0.05. What? Healing pylon, base health reduced by 25 hit points at a total of 100. They basically... Base health reduced from 75 to 50 for a total of 100, and cooldown when destroyed increased to 15 seconds. Alari's overall damage output throughout the match is too high, so we're reducing how consistent her solar rifle damage is. Her weapon has some other disadvantages, such as needing to charge up and a reduced critical damage multiplier, but we'll be evaluating how much of an effect change has in combination with reduced healing pylon uptime. Good stuff. Kiriko, Protection Suzu, cooldown increased from 14 to 15 seconds. A single second, bro? Really? Lifeweaver, Healing Blossom ammo reduced to 16 from 20, and max heal reduced from 75 to 70. And Life Grip, cooldown increased by 3 seconds from 16 to 19. Lifeweaver's total healing over a match is significantly higher than any other hero, so to help bring him more in line, we're making some adjustments to his primary healing blossom. Then for Zenyatta, base health increased from 50 to 75, giving him a little more survivability. That makes sense. Harmony Orb time to wear off when not in line of sight increased to 5 seconds from 3, and Orb of Discord can no longer be reapplied to the same target for 7... That makes no sense. I understand what it's doing, but it makes no sense to me. Range increased from 30 to 40 meters. The goal of these changes is to add more counterplay against Discord Orb and encourage Zenyatta players to think more about who they place it on. Now, if the effect ends for any reason, the target is temporarily unable to be targeted again by Discord Orb. A new soft targeting reticle appears when aiming toward an enemy player that cannot be affected by Discord Orb to display the remaining duration before it can be reapplied. This is a significant change to both how the ability feels to use and how clear it is to understand, so we'll be keeping a close eye on player feedback. Custom control updates. In addition to the hero balance adjustment of this update, we're implementing additional quality of life settings and additional input options for several hero abilities to give you to custom tailor your experience of playing your favorite heroes. Sorted many hero-specific options into advanced hero options category. I'm actually going over this in my video, so I'm going to kind of hold off for just 2 seconds. Rumble updates. We've gone through and adjusted the rumble and trigger feedback on several abilities for controllers. We looked to make the rumble more dynamic and responsive while highlighting the unique feel of many abilities. So let's just use D.Va as the example. In fact, yeah, so basically it's just adding the vibration of the controller into certain things. They've added a couple of them. Did they do anything for Soldier, who I play? On Helix Rocket's Sprint Start? Why, though? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Bug fixes is getting more important. So, audio fixed an issue in the training grounds where the heavy training bot shield was playing the incorrect impact effect, and adjusted the areas in the training grounds in which the default training bot's weapon fire can be heard. Doesn't really matter for audio, truthfully. Alright, Hero Mastery fixed a bug that could result in a perpetual black screen if you died to an enemy damage after a course restart. Resolved an issue that resulted in no hero icon being shown. Resulted in a bug that could result in new personal best being displayed for any score. Fixed a bug that it could occur on some platforms that caused the kill feed and HUD to vanish if Try Again was selected. And resolved an issue for Mercy that resulted in healing not being displayed on the scoring title, or details. Okay, so it's basically for those select heroes. I thought that this was supposed to be like what you got after every match. Fixed the bug that would disband your group if you selected leave as group in a competitive match. Fixed a bug in the hero gallery that would cause the UI to highlight another cosmetic after equipping one. Yeah, that actually was a little annoying, I noticed that. Fixed an issue that caused the achievement The Friend Zone not to unlock under some platforms despite requirements being met. Fixed an issue that resulted in the enemy team roles being revealed via the scoreboard and mystery heroes. Fixed a bug that prevented some player icons from being equipped. Fixed a bug that prevented random from favorites from working due to hero select. And fixed a bug with AI bots picking heroes I noticed that one too. Fixed a bug with AI bots picking heroes excluded in the custom game settings, which would result in empty slots in the match. For maps, Antarctic Peninsula fixed some areas of the map that players could get stuck. New Junk City moved some environment assets from floating in one of the new spawn rooms. Route 66 fixed an area of the map that allowed players to stand outside the intended playable space. By the way, those new maps in that new game mode suck. Sorry, suck. You're not getting a better answer out of me. That new game mode is horrible. They should remove it. I don't know what they were thinking. Fixed an area of the map that allowed players to stand outside the intended playable space. Samoa fixed some game areas that had gaps that caused unintended sightlines. Fixed some areas that allowed players to stand in unintended locations. Fixed some areas of the map that allowed turrets to be placed outside the playable space and still attack enemies. That's kind of a good fix. I don't know why that was a problem. Fixed some areas of the map that could get players stuck, and fixed some lighting in some areas of the map. I liked Samoa. Samoa wasn't that bad. I've only seen 2 out of the 3 so far, but you know what? It'll come in time. Hero bug fixes for Alari, because it looks like she's the only one. It doesn't look like there's a lot of hero bug fixes. So for Alari, fixed the bug that resulted in the Daybreak skin displaying twice in the skin selection, while in the pre-game hero select. Resolved an issue with healing pylon that could result in players launching out of it. Oh, I see what they mean. Lifeweaver fixed a bug that prevented pedal platform from falling when hacked. Ah, huh. I didn't know you could even do that. Lucio fixed a bug where the Hermes skin that caused the sounds played during the wall ride to be louder than intended. Mercy fixed an interaction with Sombra that prevented Mercy's beams not properly fading out when applied to stealth Sombra. Moira fixed a bug with Be Beautiful highlight intro not displaying the window behind Moira on all platforms. Fixed in a previous update, resolved an issue that caused Sombra to appear untextured after interacting with random from favorites. And Zenyatta fixed an issue sometimes where the orbs of Discord and Harmony would not stay attached to a target. That seems kind of important. That's a game-breaking bug. Alright, and that would be it for today. I don't really have anything else. Again, I'm going to be going over the control updates because I'm going to cover that for my literal video continuation. They may change this in the future. I'm not going to just make a video anytime they do an update. I'm just going to try and best explain the settings and kind of like group it together. So it's a little bit rough, but when that video comes out, it should be coming out this week. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. I don't really hate this patch for a bunch of the things that they're doing. But I'm obviously still kind of like against micro buffing and micro nerfing, so let me know what your guys' thoughts on that is too. Anyway, first video in a long time, so sorry if I'm a little rusty, my voice is also shot, so I'm gonna go eat and get my daughter set up with whatever she's doing. You guys have a good one, and I look forward to releasing that video later in the week. You guys take care.